Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Obscure Skills Made Playable. And today we have split arrow splitting. Now we are using it with snipe, because without snipe I couldn't really make it work. And initially I cooked up a deadeye with elemental damage, but it just wasn't dealing enough damage. So I had to resort to Slayer, and I turned it into a bleed snipe skill, kind of like an old bleed glad, I guess. So it's not too bad. The playstyle is not for me. It's a little bit too slow for my liking. But I did clear tier 17. It wasn't easy, wasn't very enjoyable, but it did clear it, so let's hope we can do it again. The skill doesn't really have too many upsides. Other than, I guess, you don't need to hit an enemy for it to split. It can split if you hit a wall as well. So initially I thought that maybe it would be a little bit uncomfortable playing it, because I don't have the extra projectiles. It always shoots one projectile, right? But turns out it's not that bad. However, I am using snipe. Oh my god, these guys, I hate these guys. I am using snipe, so the playstyle is a little bit slow. But of course we are Slayer, so we have a lot of defenses, so it's not a big deal. Even if we are a bow character, we can just stand there and tank some hits, right? So as you can see, my defenses are pretty good. I used the same items I had for the bleed trap of laceration, I think. Well, most of them, of course. I had to buy the bow. The bow was the most expensive item in this build. But as you can see, it's tanky enough for tier 17s, and this map also has... Actually doesn't have much. It's just ignite. But the other tier 17 that I did, it was 130% as extra, and it was still doing fine. It was a fortress. I kind of wanted to try out fortress because the boss is just standing still, so I can gauge the damage a little bit better, right? And the damage is not crazy, but it's fine. Takes a while for the boss to die, but you know, you're tanky enough, so generally should be fine. Citadel is one of those bosses though where you kind of need to play around the mechanics, so hopefully we can do it. I am running out of tier 17s, and I don't know, League's kind of dead, so not sure if I'm gonna be able to buy them. I mean, probably I will, but yeah. So for the map art, I am using chain. As you can see, the mob died like really far away, or somewhere over there, because it can split when it doesn't even hit anything. Even at the end of the projectile's duration, it also splits as well. Honestly, you know, if you just take any other bleed skill, like puncture, it would be better. Oh, I'm out of portal scrolls. Need to find one. It would be better, but I guess you do have free some sort of wave clear, right, from the split that it has. But the damage does suffer a little bit. If we were using puncture, we would be a little bit better off. And right now I'm still using chain, so it's like the same thing, right? And now that I'm gonna go against the boss, I'm gonna swap chain into rupture, because we do have a bunch of crit. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna place portal here. The chain is a little bit annoying.
I will not rest until this land is cleansed. Perish.
Well, we're tank enough. We can just. There's no damage mods on this map, so I can just tank everything. Oh, I don't think you can suppress the arena damage. Or maybe. Well, I'm only at 97% suppressed, so maybe I didn't suppress that one. You do kind of wanna. Ooh, the chains. To proc the rupture, like you wanna, you know, shoot a couple of non-charged projectiles as well, but kinda hard to tell. Kinda hard to tell when it's ruptured or not. Since there's so many variable damage. The damage from crits, the damage from ruptures as well, you know. Non-crit, just rupture, non-crit with rupture, like there's so many different types of bleed that I have on them that it's really hard to tell which one it is. But generally, like, you wanna, you know, charge it up. Hope that you crit with the full charge one, because I'm at around 50% crit if I'm not mistaken. And then after that, just spam a couple of normal ones, so you can proc the rupture and hope that you proc the ruptures right. Oops. Ah, they chained back to me. Unlucky. Keep forgetting that this map has chain. Well, you know, as you can see, it works as usual because you can make most things work on Slayer. And now with the jagged technique available to Slayer, it's just crazy, right? The damage is crazy. But yeah, let's go over the items. As you can see, I'm kind of full. Everything is full. I am out of space. It's very sad. But yeah, let's go over the items. So, Roll Cash, yet again, Slayer makes sense, right? We have Alessia, and we have Frenzy from Reforge, so we're channeling this, and we're shooting the Frenzy, so we're always stacking up the Affliction charges. The rings are just, as usual, resist rings. This one had some strength, and I also needed that extra mana regen. Well, I can sacrifice more life for clarity, but as you can see, I'm already sacrificing like 15% of my life. More, close to 20. Because the mana was an issue. I was hoping that I wouldn't need to do anything with clarity, but anyway, the sockets are tight. Literally every single socket is filled. Most of the things are on life tap. I would have liked Frenzy on life tap as well, but I was out of sockets. Malevolence with Owl again, or All, I don't know how you pronounce that, but Malevolence with Arrogance and Vitality over here. And Clarity with Arrogance. Now that I think about it, I could have saved the one slot over here. Well, I guess it's a little bit better than I thought. Anyway, we have a lot of auras. We have Enlighten here. We have Pride, Grace, Precision, Determination. And this one has Sovereignty as well. So, you know, we're using all of the auras, as you can see. Everything that's possible to make sure that we deal a little bit more damage. So this character is 94 only. With 2 more levels, you could get these 2 and slot in Lethal Pride, maybe get some strength, so it's a little bit easier to navigate everything. Because right now the quiver, as you can see, is there's only 1 damage mod in here, right? You can get a bunch more damage mods from here, as well as crit, which would make the damage a little bit more consistent. But as it is right now, this is kind of what I had to do. I am just barely capped on resists. Chaos as usual with the flask. And even then 62, but it's fine, we have a million damage reduction sources. So the tree, we grab a little bit of bleed over here. We need a little bit of chance. I guess technically you could do... Well, the suppress is also still rough. You need 3 more. So you can get it from the gloves, or alternatively, this body armor that I had is really good other than the suppress being tier 3. But like other than that, it's really good, so I just, I kept it and figured for the showcase I can just do it with 3 less suppress, right? It's not a big deal. You guys know that you need to cap your suppress, right? Watcher's Eye, so this is also one of the older ones I had. Some armor as well as some damage. I think I grabbed this for 2 divines, so not a big deal. This fixes our movement speed, right? It gives us like 20 movement speed or something like that. The cluster, I chose this primarily because of the resists again, but I guess technically you could go for a bow cluster, but the nodes are I think these are probably even better. And also this gives us evasion and armor, right? So that's really good. And again, we have Jagged Technique over here. So we aggravate with every hit, and we don't need to invest into nodes like these. And then it becomes even more unreliable, right? Life, sadly we are not ailment immune. And, I guess technically it is possible with like an Abyss Jewel, a body armor with ailment avoid, and Storm Shroud, but that's like 2 more jewel sockets, so you would have to get a cluster over here and then sacrifice some, I don't know, something. But I guess, if you want to, you can potentially, but yeah, other than that, these are kind of high value nodes for pretty much any build that has a bunch of crit and is going ailment. It's really good, surprisingly good even. This whole thing I think gives me like 15% damage for 3 nodes. It's very nice. Of course, accuracy is a little bit of a problem. I am at 99, and then tier 17 is probably less. And the bosses as well, I think they have a little bit more evasion, so accuracy is a bit of a problem, but quiver or something, or even glove implicit if you fix the suppression. And here we have yet again kind of the same good old nodes that we had for Blade Trap of Laceration. Didn't really need to change much for this character, luckily. But yeah, nodes, we get some leech because we don't have what's the one where it reduces hit damage and increases ailment damage? So I'm not using that. I only have unbound ailments. Deadly ailments, yeah. Deadly ailments who don't have it, so we still benefit from leech fairly well. And of course we're Slayer, so I guess alternatively you could get Coal, maybe. Oh no, that's technically 20% more damage, but this is attack speed, which attack speed is good for the charge, right? So it just kind of made sense. Initially I also wanted to have a massive cluster over here for this, but this one's just much better. But yeah guys, this is the build. Honestly, it's not bad because it's Slayer, you can make anything work with Slayer, but the skill itself is, in my opinion, pretty mediocre. I don't really enjoy it, especially because it looks like a normal arrow. So for me it's like just very mid. It doesn't feel at all like I'm shooting anything. But other than that, the build's fine, it's functional, can run tier 17 somewhat, depending on the mods, I guess. Don't run minus max res, don't run wither, right? At least with this iteration that I currently have. And yeah, it's not that bad. It's playable. As is the goal of the series. But yeah guys, that is it for today. This one gave me trouble, so gotta rest now. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later. And again, if you enjoyed the content, drop a sub, helps me out. And if you want to chat with me, drop some comments. Yep, that is it. Bye bye.